This movie answers its own question. And the answer is, yes, Paul. Cars do fly. This is Bad Movie Field Trip, Furious 7 on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. I got Sam. I got Jackie. How are you guys?
Beep beep.
I'm good.
Now you're confused.
I am confused.
By beep beep. I was thinking more vroom vroom.
They're more awesome than that.
Vroom vroom.
No.
Oh, okay. Still not cutting it.
Not that either.
No, that's like some kind of weird cat. Nope, none of those.
Wrong movie, also starring Vin Diesel, though.
Vin Diesel was Chewbacca?
He was. Yep. Little known fact.
He's really tall.
Yeah, he's tall and hairy. That was not a costume. That was Vin Diesel before he got the
Shaved
Brazilian.
everything?
Yeah, or the Brazilian. Before Fast and the Furious 4, where they go to Brazil.
That was 5.
Whatever. What'd you guys think? How was it? How did it treat you? Give me your thoughts. Fill me with your furious reviewings.
Can we talk about the theater first? Because I think that's where the experience starts for me.
The theater.
Yes.
Going to the theater.
Going to the theater to see
a
this
show.
on cheap night.
On cheap night. $2 Tuesday.
$5.
$5 Tuesday.
This is still a new movie.
It's not
It's
quite the same
already
rhythm.
made $400 fucking million.
Too goddamn much money. So much money. Ridiculous amounts of money. All right, Jackie, you wanna set the stage here with going to the theater?
So at first, we picked the safe spot behind the old people.
We technically didn't pick the safe spot because you two assholes always have to sit in the middle of the theater, knowing that's the danger zone for teenagers.
What? I want to sit in the middle of the fucking theater because it's the best view.
Exactly, of teenagers slurping.
I didn't see any of that.
Well, I prefer to sit in the back corner myself because
dumb.
that's the safe zone.
That's where the teenagers go,
That's
dude.
where they fucking
No, that's where
jerk
the
each
old
other
people
off.
go. Well, yeah, you get a bonus.
Yeah, no.
See a quarter of a movie because you don't have a good viewing angle, and you get a handy from a guy with butterfingers because his hands are covered in popcorn.
That's really pedophile-ish.
No, that's
He's an old dude.
Yeah. Plus, sitting in the back corner is a concession of defeat, especially when there's nobody in there. You sit where you fucking want to sit. If people are dickheads and you tell them, hey, you know what? Shut the fuck up, dickhead.
Welcome to 36, Sam.
Shut up your fucking fingers and shut up your fucking face.
I'm too old for it,
No
man.
texting, no talking, no whatever.
Teenagers scare me.
They can fucking shut up.
They frighten me. I'm 36.
Sure, they've got more energy than I do, but one, you can't actually fight a fucking teenager. You can scare the piss out of them just by yelling at them. You shut the fuck up, you little fucker. And they'll be like, oh. And then there's the one that's like, what are you going to do? And then you stand up and he's like, oh, he's going to do something.
Yeah, and then one of them knifes you.
Well, if they pull a knife, you can actually punch them in the fucking face.
No.
Then they cry. Cry like the little fucking dickheads they are.
Furious 7. Putting the rails back on this thing. All right. So, middle of the theater.
Well, as Jackie was saying, we went to the first spot.
Yep, we did. And then Sam was like, I don't want to sit here.
Well, actually, Justin said something about, like, can we move? And I was like, because it was so empty, we got there early, and I thought we were getting there late. I was, like, tapping my foot for you guys. And then when he recommended that we move, I was like, fuck yeah, because the one seat that's perfectly in the fucking center, like where your eye is right at the center of the screen, up and down, left and right, it was there, and I sat in it. And then you sat next to me, and then Justin sat next to you, and he's like, this one's not good. And I had to move over one, and you got the fucking best seat.
Yes!
And that pissed me right the fuck off.
I was
it's
sitting
like,
on a flat tire. The chair was hitting the ground.
yeah, I should have said something like, yeah, well, guess what? You're gonna have to fucking sit on the other side. I'm sitting in this fucking chair. Like, it's like once every 5 fucking years that you go to the theater, you can sit in the one perfect fucking spot. And I was in it, and then Jackie ends up fucking getting it.
Oh, and it was totally awesome from that spot.
And then Justin was like, oh, this guy, some fucking mustache dickhead comes in, and he starts laughing at jokes that aren't even jokes. Like, should we move again?
He
like,
starts
no.
laughing at the trailers for fucking
He was laughing
Spy
at the...
with
He was laughing
Melissa
at...
McCarthy and Jude Law at the not jokes. Oh, shit, God damn, I want to see that that shit.
He was laughing at the fucking still frame advertisements.
Oh, yeah, he was.
You were like, oh, that popcorn looks funny as shit. What the fuck are you talking about, you old weirdo? And I figured that he was going to pipe down when the fucking movie started, and he did for the most part, so we were fine. But I wasn't moving again. Even though I no longer had the perfect fucking seat, I was close enough to it that I wasn't going to fucking move again. And I didn't think, also that when the movie starts, it gets so goddamn loud that it doesn't matter what sort of clamor's happening around you. It's like fucking next to, like, just below an airplane on the decibel scale when the actual movie starts.
True. It is quite loud.
But it was the best though. So not only did we have mustache guy behind us, but then like a whole row of teenagers. There must have been like 10 of these teenagers came and sat directly in front of us.
Ruined my time. Goddamn.
Really?
teenagers.
I'm such an asshole
No,
that
not
I would
really.
not take my feet off the chair in front of me.
Oh, fuck
So
that.
they had to separate themselves into two groups. Because I was like, fuck you guys. I'm old and I need to put my feet up. I've been on a plane for the last 24 hours. Screw you.
Until, like, over 60% of the seats fill up, if you got your feet up, go find another fucking spot, right? Once 60%, you gotta be a little bit courteous. Like, okay, we're running out of chairs, I should be courteous. But that didn't happen, so fuck them.
And my feet stunk. So hooray for that girl.
And, yeah, whatever.
Airplane's feet.
I also noticed that you're saying there was the mustache dickhead that was a redneck, like a full-on, probably drove there in a, international scout. And then the teenagers pour in. There was somebody from every fucking walk of life.
And the old people.
The old people were there. There was one of everybody in that theater because that's what it's the something for everyone. It's the only time they get it right. Usually you end up with chocolate milk that no one likes.
It's inconceivable how much this franchise is for everyone. Like, if on paper, fast cars, they're guys that drive fast cars that make the loud noises that drive up and down your street with the booming speakers and the big exhaust pipes that go and they think it sounds cool. These are the dickheads that in actual reality every person hates. Yet you put them on screen, every single person on the planet goes and sees these movies.
But they didn't go see the first 4. It was like 5 really turned the corner for this
5
thing.
really, well, it turned the corner for us.
Yeah, 5 turned the corner for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
It was all of a sudden an action movie that people that just want to eat popcorn and watch some fucking awesome shit happen, most people actually do. And I think that's one of the things that the something for everyone, the general model for that is, oh, let's not be offensive. Let's not offend anyone. Whereas the Fast and the Furious is like, they go, you know what? Let's try to offend everyone and then light it on fucking fire and shoot it out of a fucking airplane and blow it up.
Explode it twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
And guess what? That works.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone.
Works for me. Well, riveting tales, guys. That was a good episode. Thanks for showing up. We'll see you next time on Stinker Madness. No. This is... I want to put out a warning here. If you haven't seen Furious 7, there will be spoilers. Just by listening to this podcast, you should probably already know that usually we don't have any spoiler alerts, but I want to disclaim that this entire episode will be spoilers for Furious 7.
And if you just pause it, go watch the movie, unpause it, listen.
Indeed. What do we got? We got fast cars and Jason Statham. The opening scene with Statham in the hospital.
That wasn't a fast car, it was just Statham and a bunch of fucking dead people.
And a bunch of fucking dead people and a falling down hospital. Robert, or his brother, what's his name? Statham's name is Deckard Shaw.
Owen Shaw.
Owen Shaw is in the hospital. I thought he died.
I guess he's not dead.
He's just
Did he die? And then they brought him back because they're like, well, fuck it.
He's not
who
all the
cares?
way dead. This guy became a hot commodity because he was in the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, who's he in Lord of the Rings?
The guy that shoots fucking the dragon.
He's the dad.
Oh,
from the water village.
Bard.
Yeah, Bard the boatman.
He's Dracula.
Yeah, he's Dracula. He got hot, so they're like, oh, we gotta bring this guy back for Fast 8.
Oh, man. How about that?
Yeah, so anyway, again, with the theater-going experience, before we watched it, Justin turns and he says, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do a podcast, because I think this movie's gonna be too good.
Just so you know, it has an 87 Metacritic score. 87. To put that in modern terms,
Shawshank has like 78.
Silver Linings Playbook has an 82. This is a better quality film, more plausible story,
I
more
guess.
believable characters, more heartfelt emotions than Best Picture winning Silver Linings Playbook.
This movie was
Actually, Silver Linings
fucking
didn't
awesome.
win the
It
Best
was.
Picture, but it won the Best Picture in my heart.
And so, right after he's like, oh, we're not going to be able to do a podcast because it's too good. The first scene is Statham in a hospital, and you see the guy that's supposed to be dead, and you're like, wait, he's fucking dead. No, he's not dead. So they went back on that right off
He
the
got
bat.
better.
He got better. Then you see Statham. Then it sort of, it widens out a little bit, and you can see a nurse and a doctor just shaking in their boots because Statham is so scary, and you're like, oh, this is dumb.
Statham is scary, though, dude. I really liked him as the bad guy. Like, fuck it, dude. He does a good job.
Well, he did his shtick, and the movie is...
Yeah, it works.
It works in the context of a bunch of shit that shouldn't work, yes. Because then you go on a long follow shot of him going out of the hospital, and he's already killed half of everybody that was on... They had a SWAT team on guard for this guy, but he killed all those guys.
Uh-huh.
And
also
then
blew up half the hospital.
And then when he gets to the bottom, even though he's killed everybody in the hospital, there's still some more guards that are like, well, I guess that already happened, so we should still guard against other stuff that might come through. And so then he hands one of them a hand grenade and pushes him behind a desk, and that blows up behind him, and then the front of the hospital falls on the ground behind him, and you're like, oh, this Jason Statham's a badass.
Oh, he is such a badass in this movie. Like, yeah, I mean, I had a lot of internal conflict when I was watching this because I love Jason Statham, right? And all I could think was, do I like The Rock more than I like Jason Statham? Oh my God. Some of those fight scenes were really hard for me because I just could not figure out who I was rooting for.
I am 100% with you. Statham's bro stock went way up for me after this film. The Rock's stayed about par.
But
I
here
really
now,
like Statham in this movie.
is it bald guy bro stock?
All three of those guys are bald.
Oh my god!
Tribal.
Oh my god!
It's the triangle baldness.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but Vin Diesel is probably my least favorite out of the three of those guys now.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
But I think he still did a good job. But like, I don't know, the badass factor goes all the Jason Statham. I mean, he was just such a
I'm going
badass.
to touch upon that on the Dominic Toretto sort of losing a little steam as a character in this film as we move along. But,
hey,
All right.
I just want to say first off with Toretto in this film that his double chin feature, and I'm not being mean here, but you're a movie star, right? I expect my movie stars to a higher standard than a normal person because you're there to entertain me and your whole job is how you look. And he had some awful camera scenes where they just accentuated the fact that he had no neck left, that he had a turkey neck.
He's no spring chicken, just so
he
you know.
didn't look near as bad as Kurt fucking Russell.
Well, Kurt Russell's got 30 years on him.
Yeah, and Kurt Russell didn't have double chin going on.
His neck was
got a
resting on
turkey
top
neck.
of his collar.
Yeah, he's got a turkey neck.
It was disgusting.
He's got a turkey neck. It's not a double chin. It's a turkey neck.
And
But he's an old guy.
In the defense of Diesel, he's not the same. I don't think he roids out, and he's getting older. I think he's pushing 50.
You know,
Really?
I really...
Then I take back my comment.
I know that he's at least 10 years older than us, but I don't know if he's 15.
Here's the deal. I loved everybody in this movie. Absolutely everybody in this movie. I want to see more of them. Obviously within
Everybody?
the own confines of this particular movie franchise.
Wait.
But I would also like to know, there's one that I don't really care for.
Maria Shriver.
Maria Shriver?
Yeah, Maria Shriver. I thought that she looked really good in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait.
You mean
That's-
Ronda Rousey?
No.
No, because that's who I don't like. Maria Shriver?
Yeah, Maria Shriver. She's married to Paul Walker.
Jordana Brewster, you ding-dong.
That's Jordana Brewster. She looks like hell.
Setting them up and knocking them down. You
Oh
son
my
of a bitch.
God.
God damn it. Yeah, she does look like hell.
She looks like
never
Maria
looked good.
Shriver.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
That poor girl. That poor
Yeah.
girl. She was almost somebody, and then
Oh, she
now
does
she's
look good.
just Paul Walker's wife, and now she doesn't even get to do that anymore.
No, they sent her on fucking vacation.
Yeah, well, no, I really want Kurt Russell to make a resurgence in kick-ass films. I want to see Tango and Cash 2. When is that gonna fucking happen, man?
Probably never.
God damn it. Alright, so meanwhile, after Jason Statham blows up the hospital, this is the only part of the film that I really did not like. Like, I kind of fucking hated this scene. Dom takes Letty, played by Michelle Rodriguez, to a racetrack in California that's all Fast and Furious 1 butted out with G-Funk, Thug Life, Hey Boys, Hot Boys type shit.
hot boys.
You know, oh, we're racers. Yes, I understand at the core that every single one of these characters is a racer, but like it's fucking spring break at this shit. And, you know, there's mud wrestling and jello shots and all that fucking dumb shit.
Car wash girls
and tattooed Asian women with butt pants. And let's face it, Dominic Toretto, even if Fast and Furious 1, he's a spring chicken. Let's just go ahead and say he's the old guy in Fast and Furious 1. He's respected. He's got his own crew. He's been doing it for a while. He's got to at least have like 10 years on everybody else in Fast and Furious 1, which was fucking 15 years ago. He's now way too old for this shit.
I enjoyed this part of the film. I was like, yeah, it still works even in the 80s. It was a Megaforce moment. It was like, yeah, we're still awesome.
We're still balling and showing up and spinning wheels and donk rides, and
we can still win races, even though when we're not winning races.
But why do you have to go to a fucking Jumbotron party for it? Just to have a race out on the
shit. They invented that shit.
They did.
They invented it.
And he was trying to trigger her memory.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, yeah. Okay. So, honey, you've lost your memory, and that blows and all. So I'm going to take you to the buttest experience on the planet that any person older than fucking 22 is going to be like, you know what? I'm pretty much out on this shit, you know. E was fun one time, but now, after that guy touched me weirdly on my shoulders, and said that I was a pretty lady boy, I'm pretty much done with it. So can we just go back to the barbecues and it's all about family?
So did that happen to you, Justin? Did you get touched weirdly on E by some guy?
I do not know what you're talking about.
Diaper time.
Yep.
Diaper time?
Diaper time.
Cleaning lady!
Yeah.
Ah! Anyways, yeah, I didn't enjoy it, but anyways, he takes her to this, racetrack and, jogs her memory, and she has a freak out. She has a bit of a freak out. That fat Mexican guy from the first one is like, hey, lady, yo, baby, you're looking good, eh? You want to go back to my casa and romp around, and I get all fast and furious on your boobies, and
after a demonstration that Dominic Toretto knows everything about racing.
Every single thing about racing.
Keep it under 9,000 RPM, so he'll burn up his pistons. Oh, he's gonna burn up his pistons, huh? They catch on fire.
Yes.
And he does.
What was the other guy driving?
Oh, it looked like
it was an R8. It was an Audi R8.
Was it an Audi?
Yeah, it was an Audi R8.
Yeah, and then she had a Challenger, which I think is one of the more sort of like unfeminist things of the movie, is that he gets the Charger and she has the Challenger.
I think I would take a Challenger over Charger.
Charger was a faster car.
Yeah, well,
it's
too big.
It's the daddy,
it's too big.
And the Challenger's the mommy.
You should try parking one of those sons of bitches.
I have done it.
Anyways, she can't stand it. The memories are too much for her. She's, I can't do this, Dom. I can't do it again. I don't know who you are. You say you love me, but I don't know anything about you. I'm out, bitches. Throws the microphone on the ground, walks away. And at that point, I said, I was a little late. I turned to Jackie and said, see you in Fast and the Furious 8. Doesn't take that long.
No, it's like 10 minutes later, she's back in.
So, hey, it's Letty.
The first, 20 minutes of the movie is like, you think everybody's going to be either in 8 or never seen again.
Well, I thought that on the 5th one. I was like, who's this Asian dude? And who's this, like, his love interest? And fucking Ludacris still has a job? And Tyrese? But they just keep, it's all about the family, Sam.
Yep.
That's what's real.
The Brazilian gal only got to be in for about 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Altogether. No, she wasn't even in the tail end of the movie. She didn't even show back up. They mentioned, like, oh, she's going to come back, but we're not going to put her on screen because she showed up for a day. Whatever her name is.
Are you talking about the hacker lady?
No, the
one that dies because of the plane.
No, the Brazilian lady that before Michelle in 5.
The cop.
She hooks up. Yes, the Brazilian cop. She's only in at the very beginning.
Yeah,
for a very short period.
I'm surprised she's in it at all. Fucking Letty's back.
Yeah, and all it is like them going, should The Rock clean up Toretto's sloppy seconds, or what's going on here?
Yeah, briefly, which is actually the very next scene of the film is, The Rock. He's at work and he's talking to, what's her name? Elena. Her name is Elena. Played by Elsa. She's leaving. Did you guys think that her car was going to explode?
I did.
I did. I thought either that or she was going to walk out there and there was going to be somebody in the back of the car and they were going to slit her throat.
Yeah, or like take her hostage or something was going to happen to her. It was just that type of pacing that's like, don't put those keys in that car, lady. You're going to be on fire pretty soon. But she doesn't. Do you think that was like we're going to get the fans right here. We're going to get the people in the theater. They're going to think that this is going to happen, but that's not going to happen.
Maybe she gets it next year.
Well, I'm sure she gets it all the time.
Because
Hey-o.
she, as a character now, is going to leave the DSS office, whatever the fuck that is, that The Rock runs, the Dong Secret Service. I'm not even sure what DSS is supposed to stand for, but that's what he works for, and they
The
catch...
dental service.
Yeah,
Down with slip and slides, bitches.
I guess. But she's on to greener pastures. I don't know what greener pastures there could be, because it seems like he has an unlimited budget and just a free reign to do whatever the fuck he wants.
She asked him for a letter of recommendation.
To what?
To
what? To become the president of the fucking moon?
Down with Nerf guns.
I don't know.
The DNAG. However the alphabet works. These jokes are too fast that I have in my head, Sam. Whether
They're
they're
not
good or
furious.
not.
They're not
too
furious
fast and
at all.
furious. They're flying.
I think she's going to get it in the next movie.
Yeah, maybe.
They shouldn't have done Han. I thought Han was a lot better
Han's
than...
pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Han was pretty cool. Well, she goes, or Rock's like, yeah, whatever. And he goes back in. She doesn't blow up. And guess who's sitting at his desk, though? Hobbs. Hobbs' desk. Hobbs is,
My
Rock.
favorite actor.
You know his first name is Luke.
Luke Hobbs?
Yeah, it says that here in the plot synopsis, and I did not know that. No one ever calls him Luke. That's got to be only in the fucking
You're
screenplay.
that big? Nobody calls you by your first name.
They call you, hey, mister.
His last name could be Smith. And they'd be like, Smith is coming because he's big.
The man.
The man. He is the man. Don't ever talk bad about The Rock, man. You get the people's elbow. So yeah, he goes back into the office and, guess who is sitting at his desk?
Badass motherfucker
Statham.
Bald guy.
Jonathan
Number
Statham.
3.
Bald guy number 3. That's how we should just refer to them. Toretto is bald guy number 1. The Rock is bald guy number 2. And Statham is bald guy number 3.
All right, bald guy number
3.
3 is sitting at bald guy number 2's desk. Digging, he's looking up the crew. He's looking up the crew. So I'm confused. Han is in Tokyo Drift, right? Which is number 3. We've already gone through that the continuity is all fucked up. So when does Furious 7 start?
Directly after Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
No, I mean in the context of Furious 7. Does Furious 7 start when he blows up Paul Walker's house? Brian's house?
No, that was Toretto's house.
Toretto's house.
They were visiting.
Oh.
Because Maria Shriver is his sister.
I didn't think she looked
she's a
that
Kennedy?
bad.
She's a Kennedy. I mean, I think she looks good. I mean, shit.
No, she looked better in this one than she did the last one.
Yeah, I thought she looked pretty.
Maria Shriver was in the last one?
Yes. Anyways, enough with the yucks.
I don't know about
Seriously,
Dateline NBC, to be perfectly honest.
When does Furious 7 start? Because if at the end of Furious 6, Statham blows up Han, right? He crashes his car and Han's dead. He goes to Hobbs' office to find out who's up and who's who in the crew that took down his brother, Owen. He hasn't killed Han at that point.
No, I am to believe that Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift happens in between 5 and 6.
No, you are wrong, sir.
You have the continuity up?
I don't.
Oh, I'm
Because
I'm
it
gonna look
doesn't
up the
exist.
continuity.
So I'm just going to say that I don't really care where this movie takes off from the other ones because it explained it enough so that I kind of knew where the connections were. And I was like,
Barely.
well, I'm all right with this. It's the suspension of disbelief that, yeah, this is happening. And Bald Guy number 3 is
It's
now
happening.
in the movie. And I was so stoked when he was in the end of whatever movie that other one was where the guy died in the car crash. I'm not even sure which one that was.
See, I think I've got a theory. I'm going to just go ahead and button it up. 1 happens, 2 happens, 3 doesn't happen yet, 4 happens, 5 happens, 6 happens until the very end, then 3 happens, then the end of 6 happens, then the beginning Oh, no. The beginning of 7 happens before the end of 6, and then 3 happens there, and then the end of 6 happens, and then we get to this point where Deckard Shaw blows up Dominic Toretto's house and says, "You don't know me, but you're about to."
We apparently fucked up because there's a bunch of short films that were made to make the continuity make sense.
Oh.
Doubtful.
Doubtful. Quite doubtful.
Doubtful.
Either way, Dom, as you said, and is having a little party with Brian and Brian Jr. and Maria Shriver, whose name, anybody want to say what Brian's wife's name is?
I thought her name was Megan.
Brian's wife?
Brian's wife.
It's Maria Shriver.
No, that's the character's name, or the actress's name.
Oh, the actress, Skeletor. I actually thought that Skeletor did a better job.
Bald guy number 4.
I thought that Skeletor did a better job in the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special than this.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Mia.
Yeah.
Mia is her name. So yeah, Deckard Shaw has sent a package from Tokyo because he's there killing Han at the end of Furious 3, Tokyo Drift.
According to this, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift chronologically happens in between Fast and Furious 6 and Furious 7.
Except for the beginning part.
Which beginning part?
Han's not dead yet.
Han dies
halfway through Furious 7.
No, Han dies at the end of Fast and Furious 6 in the Easter egg.
In the Easter egg.
Which the Easter egg is then actually the Easter egg to a movie that happened in 2006.
And then the Easter egg is shown again at this point in time in Furious 7.
Yes.
Because Statham is walking away from Han, who's upside down going, I'm exploded. You don't know me, Dominic Toretto, but you're about to. Crikey. Punch you in the throat.
Oi.
Oi.
I thought he was British, not as Australian dick.
What was the guy who did? Jacko?
Yeah.
Oi.
Oi. Jacko. There's a reference. No one will look it up.
There's the one guy that listens is like, oh, this is it. They know who Jacko is.
Well, half of our listening audience is in Australia. All 3 of them. Which is the population of Australia, so...
Yeah, but...
All of them are criminals, and all of them have herpes. So, their house explodes because Deckard Shaw has shipped a bomb via FedEx.
Customs aren't as good in Tokyo as they are here.
Well, it's in here! The customs has to be good here, because it's a bomb!
He said it was golf clubs. And they have like a priority on that because they're like, oh shit, this guy's got to play on Friday. So they just move that shit right through there. And then you get your tea time, right?
You've just opened the door for Al Qaeda, Sam. Yeah. Now they know the secret. Golf clubs.
Golf clubs. It's my fault. The FBI is going to be calling me tomorrow.
Which is the setup for Furious 8.
Furious 8 at the Masters.
The journey of the green jacket.
Is Tiger gonna play this year?
I don't know, but I'm gonna jump a car over him.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Dom is now out for revenge because he knows that Han is been detonated by Jason Statham, and that his own home has been sploderated.
Which I also found that explosion really happened from the middle of the house. Yeah. Even though the bomb was on the porch.
On the porch.
Yeah.
It was a shitty house anyway.
It was kind of, but whatever. So Dom flies to Tokyo to find out,
No, he's going there to bring back the ashes of his friend.
Oh yeah, he's got to
bring him home, even though he's Japanese.
And his family like, no, you go away.
That was one of the other major international incidents that they just gloss over. Because this is really the after Fast 5, these are people that cause international incidents. And one of them was exhuming the remains of a Japanese national and bringing him to America for no apparent reason.
I don't have time for...
It's my family.
It's my family.
Hey, there were
That's
quite a
what's
few...
real.
There were quite a few, like, Japanese people at the funeral. Maybe he was in a Chinese restaurant gang.
Like that picture of Han?
I didn't see anybody at the funeral that wasn't a main character or a car.
Or a car.
No, there were like 3.
Was there a priest there? I didn't see a priest.
Yeah,
there was a
there
guy
was-
with gray hair.
Here's what I saw. I saw Dom interrupt a funeral.
Yes.
I saw him just like, there's some people that are like standing around like a casket, and he just walks up and says some bullshit to nobody. Like, that happens after the funeral's over, that you get to walk up and be like, family, this was for real. And it clearly looks like he's like, shut up, priest. I gotta say this shit. And then everybody else, the rest of the furious crowd is just like, yep, he said it. No more funerals, dudes.
No more birthdays. Wait, funerals.
Funerals.
Wait, it's his birthday at the funeral. The way that it was cut together, the whatever guy with the gray hair that you were expecting to be some authoritarian in funerals, whether it be religious or whatever, he's talking, and then it cuts to Toretto just starting to talk. Like, is he talking over that guy?
Yeah, it looks like he's talking over that guy. Hey, I don't have time I gotta find this guy, and
Yeah.
now I just gotta say this stuff to you. It's all about family. That's what's real. That's what's real. And then, oh, hey, that's a fast car over there driving through a funeral. I bet you that's Deckard Shaw.
It's a Jaguar.
No, that was a Nissan GTR.
Oh no, it was. Oh, it was a
That was the
fucking
Maserati.
It was a.
Oh, it
Quattroporte.
was the
It was a
Quattroporte.
Quattroporte.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I liked that it was a
Sexist car,
Quattroporte.
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, creeping through a funeral.
But you know, why be part of this
cemetery?
this family, really? Because everybody in this fucking family ends up dead.
Well, no, they don't. Because here's the thing.
Well, they get some sweet kickdowns because Maria Shriver is a Kennedy.
God damn it, this movie's so dumb. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. It's so dumb, though. Fucking 86. Kiss my ass, critics. They're all there.
Should have been an Academy Award winner.
They're all in one spot. Here's what you do. Here's what you do.
Golf clubs.
You golf club the fucking funeral. You golf club the fucking funeral. Han's not in the casket or the urn or whatever he's in. Nope, there's fucking golf club bombs
Golf
in
clubs.
there. Kaboom! Movie over. Jason Statham wins. Instead, he just is like, oh, yep, they went to the funeral. Glad I checked.
Glad I checked.
And then drives off.
Well, it's like glad I checked every time with this guy for the rest of the movie. He just fucking shows up.
Yeah, he has a habit of
Just showing
just
up.
showing up. I'm over here now.
Here I am.
I'm on a skateboard. Fucking ridiculous.
So he drives off in the Quattroporte, and then all of a sudden Vin Diesel is in one of his God knows how many fucking Chargers.
like 17 Chargers.
17 Chargers.
He's in 3 Chargers in this movie.
yes.
Just this one
I think there
film.
might have been 4.
There's this
The one at the beginning.
Wait, what? Which beginning?
Because
The California race with.
is that the same Charger at the end though? It's not because it didn't have a blower on it.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
4
and say
Chargers.
Okay, so you got that one. He's in that Charger. Then he's in this Charger,
Which has got a black hood and it's red. It's a different Charger.
Then he's got the mountain climbing Charger.
The mountain climbing and then the Charger at the end.
And then
There's
the
4
Charger at the end.
Chargers.
You're sure that the first Charger is not the same one as the end Charger?
Yes, because it didn't have the sweet blower on it.
He owns 4 Chargers
At
and has
least.
wrecked maybe 20 of them.
And at least Barnes. I don't know how many Barnes with Chargers this guy owns. With his ability to race, though, he knows everything about racing. So he probably has like 39,000 Chargers.
Yeah, probably 39,000 Chargers. So they go on a car chase that is quite actionful.
This is where my first, fuck it, bring back Justin Lin if you gotta wait a year and do these every 2 years, bring back Justin Lin. They sped up the footage in this car chase and it pissed me right the fuck off.
Yeah,
they did not do this.
He is doing 250 miles an hour outside, just leaving the cemetery.
When they
by
do the
sped up
corners,
footage. Yeah.
you can tell that it
Oh, you
looks
can
like
totally
Benny
tell.
Hill. That's
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
It is fucking bullshit. I
did not notice.
You didn't notice he's doing 250 miles an hour while leaving a cemetery. That's not physically possible.
Well, you know, those people are already dead. It's not like...
It's not whether it's ethical. It's physically impossible.
It looked dumb as shit.
I didn't enjoy that either. Don't speed up the footage.
This
but
is
then
a
they
driving
then
movie.
they go
That's
back
the
to the
fucking cardinal rule to not fucking brake.
then they go back to the freeway though, and it's not sped up. It's
Portions are not. Anytime that they had to, it was like
When they
it wasn't
turn.
moving fast enough, so they just sped it up. It was like, you know what? Cut it faster. Or
well, How do you do a car chase scene with a quattroporte and a Dodge Charger while churning, though? Because, let's be honest here.
I think that's how you do it, is you play it out like it would play. His ass end sliding around everywhere, and he's got to do a lot of things to keep up.
He's in the worst driving car, but he's the better driver.
Exactly, and so his car is all over the place, and he's barely missing. It's a more complex scene.
I gotta get creative with this driving.
Do it right or don't do it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I didn't like it. I
Didn't like
enjoy
it
that
at
either.
all.
Yeah.
I didn't like the... You always wanted to see chicken where nobody's chicken.
Oh, shit.
And
The
then
chicken
it
scene.
happened, and I was like,
Fuck.
huh, that's not the way I
just
would have
thought-
liked to have
I
seen
just
that.
thought of another alternative Japanese title.
Oh, well, you better write it down.
Yeah, we'll save that. So they go on a chase. They chase. He gets him in like an alleyway. Was it an alleyway or under a bridge or
It's like a parking garage type thing.
kind of? But it's
I think it's a loading
weird.
dock
Hey, I don't know
for
where
a
the hell
large
they are.
warehouse, but they're in it, and
Game
they-
of chicken.
they chicken, and they run into each other, and nobody's hurt.
Nobody's hurt because Deckard Shaw has reinforced his chassis.
Yes.
Which, if you know anything about automobile safety and head-on collisions, that is what you don't want to do.
No, and if you know anything about a quattroporte, you just made it not do it. You made it handle like a fucking Charger.
Right, well, whatever. In the rules of this movie, head-on collision, Dominic Toretto is dead. He's dead. You can't survive that crash in a Dodge Charger. It doesn't have crumple zones. He's dead. He goes through the windshield, with or without a seatbelt. He has ceased to exist.
We glossed over a point earlier that I wanted to get to about Dominic Toretto being a superhero.
Yes.
When The Rock falls, he gets exploded by Statham with the gal, and he falls onto the car,
Cannot die.
and he is hurt to the point that he goes to the hospital.
What do we think that is? 40, 50 feet that he gets
20
blown out
Let's
of a
just
building?
Say that it was only
He was up
28
at least
feet.
on the 4th floor.
Yeah, it's a long ways. He is not dead.
Don't forget that he also got exploded.
Now, how fast do you think he's going when he hits? Because terminal velocity is 180, right?
I thought it was 96.7.
180 miles per hour is terminal velocity. I don't
stop
think
talking. Look at that up.
I don't think he actually gets going that fast.
Oh, there's
because
no
of-
possible way.
I think he's probably going about 65, 70 miles an hour when he hits the top of the car with her on top of him, and he goes to the hospital. In the previous movie, when The Rock saves Michelle Rodriguez, and he flies out of a car and grabs her, he's already going
Terminal velocity of a human being is 120 miles per hour.
120. The Rock is already going like 90 miles, or not The Rock, Dominic Toretto is going like 120 when he jumps off of the thing and grabs Michelle Rodriguez, and he gets hit by a car with an equal and opposite reaction that is easily going 90.
Right.
And it just, it hurts.
Good thing there was a car to break our fall.
And it doesn't, not really, because that actually hurt him worse.
Yes.
And it just barely phased him.
A bed made of 10 million feathers would have broken your fall.
Yeah, not a moving car.
Not a moving car. Those are hard and not comfortable.
Now that caused Dominic Toretto mild discomfort.
Owie.
He is Luke Cage.
Oh, unbreakable skin.
He's got something going. Now, in the previous movies, it seems like Dominic Toretto is actually a superhero. There is no stopping him. And in this one, at various points, you go, he's still a superhero, but they took him down a peg a little bit.
The
in this
Rock
one.
is tougher.
No, he's not, because he got a broken bone. Dominic Toretto suffers, and well, we'll get to the end here, but he doesn't suffer any of the injuries that The Rock suffers. But at the same time, he isn't as tough as he has been in the previous movies. And ultimately, in their fight, he wins. Dominic Toretto beats up Luke Hobbs.
Yeah. Yeah, so at this point in time, they have the head-on collision. Deckard Shaw gets away. Kurt Russell shows up, and he's a government guy from CIA, I guess?
He's from the DSS above the DSS?
I don't know. Anyways,
Whatever.
he wants, what's his?
Dominic
Toretto's team to take down Deckard Shaw, because Deckard Shaw, this is where I got a little foggy. Deckard Shaw wants to kill the Furious crew at the same time for revenge vying, which is simple. That's 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Revengeance. Well, what the fuck is up with this chip thing? What, like,
So they get the Eye of God.
the Eye of God, right?
So,
which
yeah.
can see everybody on the planet at any given time.
That's, I guess, Kurt Russell's endgame, but then he gives it away freely and then doesn't care about it. Like, I just don't know what Kurt Russell wants in this movie.
But why? So, does Deckard Shaw have this chip?
No.
No.
No, then why does fucking Kurt Russell even care about Deckard Shaw?
I don't know.
No, it's a bargaining tool. Look, you help me, I help you.
Oh, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You gotta get this chip from this, Saudi Arabian guy,
I guess?
and I will use the chip to find Deckard Shaw.
You gotta get the chip from Hot Ass.
You gotta get the chip from Hot Ass, but she doesn't have it, so
But she
blah, blah,
doesn't
blah.
have it.
Long story short. But here's the thing. If I was Dominic Toretto, and I wasn't in these movies, I would just go, let him come to me. And he says that, and it's like, well, how's that working out for you? And I'd be like, well, you know what? Pretty fucking good, because I just fucking wrecked his shit. Like,
Yeah.
like, I don't need you. He will come to me. I am better at this than he is. I don't need you. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's a wild card that then brings the movie into a different direction that we're not really sure
It's
as
a
viewers.
two-plotter. It's a two-plotter, and I don't like that.
And here's the problem with the second plot. What is it? What does Kurt Russell really want? I don't know.
To be in a Russ Meyer movie.
I guess so.
Booge. Yeah, I don't know. Skipping ahead, and we can come back, but I'll just ask my question now. Does Kurt Russell die?
No.
What does Kurt Russell do?
There was 2 helicopters that came and got him. What does he do? I don't know, Jackie. What does he do?
After he gets shot. Like, what happens to Kurt Russell?
He just fucks off.
He just fucks off.
He got what he wanted, and he's
Does
just
he?
like...
Did he?
Yeah, he got the chip back, the iGod chip. It's no longer in the wrong hands. The other dude is dead. I thought he was from Africa, but whatever.
Who, Kurt Russell?
No, the
no.
other bad guy.
No,
bad guy number 2.
Bad guy number 2, that's in Dubai, which is in the Arab Emirates,
Oh.
not Africa. Just because it's sandy.
No, I
Oh.
was going...
No,
no, because
UAB.
he's black.
Dubai.
So I thought he was an African terrorist.
So, wait.
I knew he
I
wasn't
gave you an out.
the
I gave you an out.
No, so UAB, United Arab Emirates, Dubai is in there.
Mhm.
And so is Abu Dhabi.
That's what I just said.
Oh.
I said that it
Whatever.
takes place in the UAE.
UAB is not anything.
I didn't say UAE.
Anyway.
I did.
Yeah. Well, you're
Both
an
those
artard.
places are shitholes.
No, they're very nice.
So the plan, because they instantly have a plan, is to, again, with the instant plan, it's like Megaforce. Who drew up this plan? I don't know. It's just there. The plan, actually, no, it's Tyrese's plan for the
It's
first
not-
time.
His plan was, I think that was Dominic Toretto's like, what's the plan? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Let's let the guys figure it out. And Dominic Toretto's like, that's what I do, dick face. Way to go.
So the
I
guys
drive
do
fast.
figure it out.
Yeah.
And the plan is Operation Sky Mission.
Yeah, Ludacris is the brains of the operation.
Kind of.
No,
Except for
he is.
he gives Tyrese the opportunity to plan this one.
No, and then he figures out how to do it. Ludacris is the brains of the operation.
We insert here.
Yeah.
How are we going to insert there? And then Ludacris gets involved.
But then he figures out how to do it.
Right.
Yeah, but okay, so we can pretty much, at least for me, this whole section comes down to one scene. The terrorist bus is falling over the side of the mountain, or over the cliff.
You don't
Paul
like
Walker,
the initial jumping out of the plane sequence?
Skydiving.
Skydiving cars, fast cars?
Fast cars turned into 4x4s.
No,
Kind of.
I thought all that was, it was kind of cool, but then,
And that Therese is too much of a pussy to even do it. So they had to plan. Here's what I think happened in this whole
Ludacris is the brains of the operation.
Ludacris is the brains of the operation. He planted 2 parachutes in there, knowing that Tyrese was going to chicken out, so that one parachute was to get him off the plane. The second one was to make him land.
That was explicitly said in the film.
I
yes.
don't know if it so much was.
It was.
Because you never see Tyrese land. He just is,
He gets off track, but then he figures it out and shows back up.
All right, well, that's
Convenient.
then you have some more exposition. Either way, I liked it. I liked that he was just a big fucking weenus.
He
Back of the
actually,
plane.
in this one, I liked him for the first time.
Yeah. Well, anyways, they land and there's guns and there's chasing and there's organized driving and there's Tony Jaa. Tony Jaa's in the bus that's carrying the chip, or the lady that's carrying the chip, or whatever.
Fine addition.
Yeah, Tony Jaa's great. Then I'm coming back to you, sweetheart. Don't forget about Dominic Toretto, bald guy number 1's Charger number 3.
Third Charger.
Yeah, third Charger.
Yeah.
What's the deal with the Charger?
He has to have a Charger.
I understand he has to have a Charger, but what's the deal with this Charger? Why does it have tires in the back of it that don't pay off?
Because he could just, Dominic Toretto as a superhero can just put those on one hand if he loses a tire.
While driving.
Why are they on there? Because it looks cool. That's why.
Does it look cool? Tires?
I thought it looked cool.
I thought it looked pretty good.
I guess I'm outnumbered.
Yeah,
It looked cool. Well, all right. I thought that there was going to be something with those tires that they were a weapon. Like he pushes a button and they spring out of the back and they fly through the air and take somebody's head off or something.
If he had hydraulics that shot his front wheels, so he shoots the back tires off. They crash 2 cars, but they bounce off of them and roll faster. And then he shoots his own front tires off into other cars and crash them, and then drives onto the back tires, and then they lock on. That would have been amazing.
That would have been amazing. I nominate Sam as the director.
The new writer of the Fast.
Yeah.
If you're listening, I'm available.
Me too. I'll write the shit.
I'll do all the love scenes.
And the costumes.
Yeah, costumes and love scenes. Those are my specialties.
And the music.
The only love scene was between Michelle Rodriguez and Ronda Rousey.
Oh, boy.
No, they had the wedding thing.
It was a flashback.
Flashback wedding thing.
That was a second long.
Anyways, so then we come up on Jackie's favorite scene, which is this basically the scene from the trailer. The reason that this film is so successful. Paul Walker climbing up the side of a bus.
As it's going down.
Is that possible?
I don't know, but I don't
anything.
I don't think it's possible though
for curious about this being
for
possible.
a car to come around with its ass end with the spoiler and Paul Walker grabs onto it and gets pulled to safety. That was so badass.
That's not possible.
I don't know.
I don't care if it is. It was cool.
Can an object fall while you climb up it? Because here's my thing. I think that every human is built in with not knowing anything about physics. Let's just say you skipped all of that and you were homeschooled or something.
All right.
And I think that we're built in with an instinctual physics bullshit detector that goes off and just says, I don't think so.
This one didn't set mine off.
You think that you could do
So
that's physically possible to scale a bus while it's filing down, or any object for that matter.
And a tip of the hat to the way it was put together.
You gotta have good shoes.
Stood above the door, the bus tipped a little bit, and he realized I should have ran to the back of the bus, and I'm tipping it now. But then he realized, split second, I just need to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm weight on this end of the bus. It's going to go down with me or without me.
Sure,
I got to
absolutely.
get to the back of the bus.
Right.
His weight on something that weighs 28,000 pounds isn't affecting what's happening all that much.
Yeah, but the 28,000 pounds is affecting his mass by a significant amount.
Every time that thing moves 2 inches, it is trying to break his hands free. That is inertia like nobody's business.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to know. I'm sure it's probably all over the internet. Is this possible? No. Or yes. Who's to say?
If it was possible, Jackie Chan would have done it in real life, so I would say no, it's
I
not
guess
possible.
that's a very good point. Either way, he does the sweetest shit ever. This is definitely my favorite Paul Walker sequence. Period. There's no question. Name a better Paul Walker by himself sequence than this in any of these movies.
None.
Yeah, I can't. It's amazing. I think that this thing is what sold this movie so well.
I thought that a lot of the stunt sequences that were done ex post facto that sort of added him as being this hey, action guy, go get the action. Mm-hmm. Thought that was a really good tip of the hat, and it added to the film.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. It's like, Paul Walker, you are officially action guy.
You are an action guy, and I'm cool with it, man.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah. You're kind of dude bro there for about 10 years of your career. Now you're action guy. And you know what? I know that in a darkened alleyway, Tony Jaa could kick the shit out of you. But you know what? In the confines of the Fast and Furious universe, I'm good with it, man.
Even at the end, Tony Jaa kicked the shit out of him, and he just out-savvied him.
Yeah, just out-savvied him. That's true. So they get the lady who, the hot...
she is hot.
The hot hacker lady.
What did you think, Jackie? How hot was that lady?
I thought she was some kind of singer, like British singer. I think
I could see that.
That she has a music career.
Yeah, maybe.
I think she has a career giving me a boner.
Hey-o.
That woman is gorgeous.
So either way, they get her. And this is we come to a point where I'll just disclaim it. I hate this in movie business that seems to be ongoing is, what, she's a hacker? No, hackers don't look like that. They look like Zitty, Pizza Face. It's 2015.
Everybody uses the machines, right?
That worked in Jurassic Park, which was in 1992. Yeah, we can move on from hackers being
that hot
pizza-faced.
girl plays video games. Yeah, everybody plays video games.
Yeah, it's 2015. So, anyways, they get her. She doesn't have the chip. She put it in safekeeping. Did she put it in safekeeping, or did the Arabian guy put it in safekeeping?
She gave it to him to hold on to, and he was a dumb fuck and sold it.
Yeah.
Oh.
The fast chip or some bullshit. Like, I'm gonna put the Eye of God because this chip will actually make a car go faster. I mean, boy.
Wait, it does both?
It doesn't do anything.
Well, why would he think that it would made a car faster? I don't get, what?
Why is a chip a computer program?
Chipset, dude. That actually is a thing.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, Atari 2600.
Atari 2600.
Chipset. That's the whole thing is the chipset. Anyways, I just don't know why the Eye of God would make a car go fast. Like, I programmed in a subroutine that would boost your horsepower by 17,000. Oh my God! Well, I need that in my car. Who cares about the power to destroy mankind and conquer the world? I just need to have a faster car that I keep in my penthouse.
Get that car out of that.
The elevator was pretty big.
I know how he gets that car out of it. He flies it.
He flies it to the top of his penthouse.
Cars don't fly.
Paul.
No, Paul says that.
Yeah. Dom.
But this is where it gets really badass, though, with that car scene where it goes through, where they drive it through the first building.
This is a earmark in the series, for sure.
And, you see it in the preview that it goes through the first one, and you're like, oh, badass. But then...
They got a flying car.
It goes through a second building.
Yeah, they can't stop it because the brakes are out in this Uber machine.
And it's stuck in third, and the pedal's down to the floor, and you can't get it back up.
Yeah, well, weird technology.
It happened to my Bronco a couple
Hey, you know
times.
what? My fucking phone doesn't work, and it only cost me $200. I can't imagine how bad this car would break all the damn time.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Probably got Android. Goddamn email.
Why did you change the fucking gear shifter pattern?
God damn it with the email.
Just
Collision.
keep it the same. So anyways, they slide out, and
Don't you miss the bullets now, Paul?
Brian. Meanwhile, Michelle Rodriguez and Ronda Rousey are beating each other up. She is so hideous.
Not good looking.
Oh boy.
They
Not
put
good
gold
acting.
shit on her, though, to make her more attractive, and it was just like, oh, honey, all the gold shit in the world isn't going to make you cute.
They sell her as, like, this uber-rich oil tycoon hired her because, A, she's an elite fighting machine. Fine. And B, because she can blend into my party crowd with her giant biceps.
She looks like everybody else who's an ultimate fighter.
Nobody will
At the
ever
party.
know that she's my elite bodyguard because she's one of the hot babes.
No, she's mammoth. No.
She would eat your lunch, and then she would kick your lunch into your butthole, and your lunch would then come out of your mouth because she kicked it so hard, and then she would punch it back and forth forever.
Unless she was bulimic, then she would barf it into your butt and then kick it out.
Back and forth forever.
Perhaps.
Either way, back and forth forever. Because she's so badass. She's badass, dude. I respect Ronda Rousey. I just, puts on her as a hot lady.
Just let her punch people
Just
in the
let
face.
her punch people. And her beating up Michelle Rodriguez, I kind of, okay, fine, whatever.
I again, with the concessions of the series, like, it doesn't need that. It doesn't need, let Michelle Rodriguez be alpha, let Dominic Toretto be alpha. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Right?
So they get the chip, and it's time to go after Deckard Shaw. Deckard Shaw's in a warehouse thing. It's all a
Thing.
The oil
thing.
I don't know. He also happens to be in the UAE. He's just down the road. That's where his house is.
Was he eating pork chops?
Yeah.
No, he showed up at the party.
He shows up everywhere.
Yeah, he just shows up. But what the
just
fuck was
fucking
he
shows
doing
up.
there?
He shows up in the
How does he
fucking
know where they're at?
skydiving thing with a better off-road car.
Yeah, dude, he just shows up.
He just shows up. See, that's why I thought that he was, like, in with the chip. Like, I thought he was part of the chip business.
I thought that he was part of, like, there was a Kurt Russell side deal going on because of how he just shows up.
Did you guys think that Kurt Russell was gonna
Be a
turn
bad
red
guy.
coat? Yeah.
Because of how the plot is just nonsensical.
This was a missed opportunity at this point, was when they got the chip and they kind of look at each other like, should we give the chip to him? And they're like, oh, I guess we don't have a choice. And so they give the chip to Kurt Russell. And I think he should have looked at them and said, what, did you think I was going to stab you in the back? I'm one of the good guys. Because the audience is thinking that he's going to stab them in the back. What do you do?
I don't know. I would have liked something like that because at this point it seems to me that Kurt Russell's character is just in it for personal entertainment.
Yeah, he's Chuck Norris in this film. He's Chuck Norrising the Expendables.
But I think he'll come back in the next one.
I hope so. Either way, they get the chip. They attack Deckard Shaw. He's got a grenade in his dinner. Explosions.
That's a spicy meatball.
Explosions. Kurt Russell gets shot a couple times. Let's get out of here. Leave the chip. Deckard Shaw's got the chip. Kurt Russell gets rescued by helicopters.
Then they're using the chip to find the hacker lady.
Who's hot?
How do they... Who's that other guy?
The guy that's in all the movies now?
The black guy with the white beard.
Who I thought was the African terrorist that apparently is not.
Who's he?
He was. He's different.
I thought you were talking about the Arabian guy that had the chip in the car.
No, that guy was just some dumb fuck that was rich.
Oh.
Yeah, he's some dumb fuck that has a chop shop in Dubai or wherever, Abu Dhabi, whatever it was. None of this makes sense when you write it down on paper.
Man, I'm starting to get confused just by talking about it. I'm getting more confused. So anyways, there's this black guy with a white beard. He's got a gunship that's attached to the Eye of God that can launch rockets and shit. Now he wants to fucking kill the fast crew too.
Yeah, which if he got that shit, you know what the last thing on his list? The first thing he's doing in this movie.
Yeah.
You could do, if you're a terrorist and then you're going to be the kingpin of whatever fucking bullshit he's the kingpin of, last item on your list is what you're doing first, dickface.
Indeed. Well, they give chase. They try to blow up a hacker lady. I don't know why. Oh, because she's hacking into them.
Double hack.
Double hack. Everybody jumps out of cars while it's driving very fast.
I believe it's called Hot Potato Car.
Hot potato car.
That's good,
that's
Jackie.
not
I
bad.
like that a lot.
Yeah.
No, that's what they called it in the movie, but thanks for,
I didn't catch that.
yeah, that was totally my idea. They were playing Hot Potato.
Hey, you should join my crew. It's all about family. That's what's real.
And hot potatoes.
And
You should have passed that off as your idea. If the producers are listening,
barbecues.
you could have been available as well.
I am available for costumes and love scenes.
And hot potato.
And hot potatoes. Hot potato.
Which is also the theme song, apparently, of Furious 8. Hot potato.
By Justin.
No, you're just saying hot potato.
Hot
Whatever.
potato. Mash it up.
Great movie starring Steve James. It's not starring Steve
That
James.
made my lips feel weird.
Who was in Hot Potato? Fred Williamson and
No, Fred Williams is not.
Samuel L.
Nobody like that at all is in
Butter,
hot
bacon,
potato.
and chives were in hot potato.
Oh, butter.
Butter, bacon, and chives.
The star of Dolomite and
Hot
The Human
potato.
Tornado. Yeah, that guy was, man, when it comes to blaxploitation, butter and chives. Damn, that guy could lay it down. Anyways, so exploding cars, dive, barrel rolls, switch the lady.
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, there you go, is in Hot Potato for the audience.
Not the Buffalo Bills Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
The karate Jim Kelly.
So, he's not in this movie. She's jumping from car to car. They do the slide and grab mid-drift 360 churn, Chinese fire drill, switch the lady in the car.
Through
Yeah.
the window.
Through the window.
I've tried to do that in the bedroom. It doesn't work.
What do you call that move?
I'm sorry you hit my nightstand move.
Well, what you do is you turn them over. You're like, yeah, we're just going to turn ourselves over and keep having sex. But then you try to put it in the butt. Sometimes it works. When I say sometimes, like 8% of the time, it works.
8% of the time. It works 50% of the time.
Yeah, 8% of the time, it doesn't work.
And
the other times, you have
100
to stop having sex because you get punched in the face.
100% of the time, they make the same facial expression that she does while she's flying from car to car. Woo! Either way. So they can't find her. She completes the hack of the God's Eye. And guess who
The brown eye.
comes out of the kitchen, out of the hospital?
The Rock.
The Rock.
He busts out of that cast like it's some kind of cheap T-shirt.
Daddy's
It
gotta go
is
to
a
work.
cheap T-shirt.
To the fucking most powerful man that's ever existed.
Which I was really on board at that point. Well, I was on board the whole time, but I was like, oh, thank God they're going to put The Rock back
Oh,
in.
I started jumping up and down.
And then every Rock moment after that is just like, plus 13, times 58, infinity!
the fucking ambulance over the bridge crashing the drone.
We need a miracle.
That was cool.
That
All
was
we
fucking
need is
cool.
a miracle.
It makes absolutely no sense
Instead,
at all.
we got the
Here's
Rock.
what would happen. So Rock has stolen an ambulance. He had to obviously punch a couple EMTs. Like,
He probably just smooth talking. That man is charming.
look at these guns. Well, that takes too long. He's got a timetable to keep up.
All he does is lift an eyebrow, and they just give him the thumbs up. He takes off in the ambulance.
That's true, man. I smell what the Rock is cooking.
Yeah.
Here's the keys. He takes off in the ambulance, and then he's just driving around town like, where's the action? Where's the action? Shit, explosion. That's like 10 blocks away.
I bet if I mash this gas pedal, I'll end up in the right place.
I'll just happen to crash over this bridge,
when he goes
and there'll be the drone right below me.
When he breaks through, he's going like 90, and it was the side of an overpass.
Mm-hmm.
So he was driving through the air before that.
Correct.
And he had to go through both sides of the overpass.
Correct.
To get to where he's
been
going.
jumping for like 16 minutes.
He's been cars don't fly, Dom, but ambulances sure as fuck
fucking
do,
do.
except for when they need to go 3 feet up to not crash through the overpass.
So he punches out the eye of God.
The eye. He
The
shoots it.
drone.
He
Yeah,
sh- he
which is
shoots
the
it
eye
with
of
his
God.
Fucking big ass. Take this dirty hairy gun.
Right.
His Magnum,
Steals the
600 or something.
the chain gun that's attached to the side of it.
Oh,
He's ready for action.
he's fucking amazing.
He has become Duke Nukem.
Bald guy number 2 is so badass.
Bald guy number
locked
2
and loaded.
is locked and loaded. Come get some.
And then it becomes bald guy ballroom blitz, where all 3 of these bald guys are going at it.
Statham and the Vin Diesel are fighting on top of a fucking parking garage.
Yeah.
At which point, Dom goes back into superhero mode because he gets clocked in the face with sharp metal. It doesn't cut his face, nor does it knock him out. He
Not
just
at all.
shakes it off, and he's really beating the shit out of Statham in this fight scene.
I bet. Yeah, I bet.
He takes some blows, but he's beating the shit out of Statham.
Yeah, and this is one of those times where I'm like, do I really want... Okay, go Statham, go. Like, I like Toretto, and I know they're going to bring him back for the next movie, but I really wanted Vin Diesel to get his ass kicked, because I liked
Statham's
Statham.
not dead. Statham's not dead. He just
Yes, I know, I saw the movie.
he got a garage collapsed on top of him. He's not dead.
No.
It was just one giant piece of concrete that would have crushed any other person's organs.
Or a house or a car or basically anything else on the planet.
It's taken the series to the next level. We now have 2 superheroes and a supervillain.
Indeed.
that drives badass cars.
They all drive badass. Well, the Rock drives badass cars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The ambulance was pretty badass, even though it was just a normal ambulance, but because he was driving it.
Rock takes the minigun, blows up the helicopter, shoots it up real nice.
He's distracting the helicopter.
He's distracting the helicopter for Dom to fucking plant the grenades on top of the helicopter by driving another Charger.
It's the 4th Charger.
The 4th Charger. There's 5 Chargers.
That's the 4th Charger.
No, it's the fourth one.
Then is the 4th one the same one as
Yes.
the end of the movie?
Yeah.
No, it's not, because he wrecks that Charger. He crashes it through
No,
the helicopter.
No,
Lands on top of me. Dom's dead. Oh
no, that's the 4th Charger still.
no. There's 5 Chargers.
I don't know about that. I think there's only 4.
Then one of them has to be the same, because there's 5 different sequences with Chargers.
The last 2 are the same Charger.
They can be, because
No.
he crashes. He dies, Sam. He fucking crashes and dies, and then Letty
That's
gives
after
him.
he goes into the helicopter.
Yes, Letty gives him fucking
that's the
verbal
same-
CPR, and then there's the 5th one with the Paul Walker tribute.
Oh, that's the 5th Charger.
There's
Yep, you're
5
right.
fucking
5
Chargers
fucking
in this
Chargers.
goddamn movie. He owns 5 Chargers in one film. This is so dumb.
And
Hey, they're all badass, though.
They are all sure fine, all badass.
and an Avenger, because apparently he has to drive a Dodge.
yeah. No, there's 6 Chargers in this film. He shows up in Abu Dhabi driving a fucking new Charger.
Was that a Charger? Or was
That was a Charger.
Oh.
That was one of the new
I thought it was an
Chargers.
Avenger.
No.
That's the new Charger?
That's the new Charger RT, brother.
Oh, boy.
6 Chargers. Too many Chargers.
6 Chargers. So when he does the bullshit,
Let's just go ahead and say that Dodge Charger is the 4th bald guy. Bald guy number 4, as played by Dodge Charger.
as played by various Dodge Charger, not various Dodge Chargers, various Dodge Charger.
Correct.
When he does the turning the Charger over after the parking garage is falling apart,
With the grenade attachment.
and he
hey, bro.
hooks the grenade bag onto the helicopter so that the Rock can then be his extension of superhero badness
Uh-huh.
and, punish her out and shoot it and blow it up.
Right?
That's also a FU to Statham twice because of how he did that in the Transporter 2 with the bomb getting picked off the bottom of his car by the crane.
True. I
Yes.
guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Dom Toretto does it better.
Nobody does it better. Anyways, so Dom's dead. She gives him
I think he's-
verbal CPR.
I think he's just playing.
He comes back to life with the I love you. They're married again. Everything's perfect. Epilogue. Brian with fam on the beach. The tribute time. How did it work out for you guys? How did the
I really
tribute-
enjoyed the tribute a lot. I liked that they didn't kill him.
Yeah, Jackie?
I thought that this was the one point in the movie where it looked kind of weird.
Oh, because of the Paul Walker in the car.
Yeah, because of the Paul Walker in the car. And I thought that was the only time where it was like, that just looks odd. But I thought it was nice.
I thought it was also nice. I usually don't like tributes like that, and I particularly think that this was really well done inside of this film, how ridiculous it is, and it's so well done that it's why it has an 86, or what did I say, 86, 87,
87, something like that.
Metascore, is because you're left with it, and it's one of the best tributes that I've ever seen, where he just drives off onto his own adventure. Oh, and it happens to be fucking Southern California and the gorgeousness that it is in March. I really liked it. 6 with you.
Yeah. I thought they did a good job taking old lines from other movies to piece together the end of it that he wasn't in, and just taking him from the other movies and putting his face on other guys. When he was running up the stairs, his final fight with Tony Jaa wasn't him, and whoever his stuntman was had a little bit of the Costas Mandylor high knees, working hard, not running very fast.
Sure.
That was when I could tell it wasn't Paul Walker, and what I noticed by that, when I saw this guy that was obviously a stuntman doing those things, I was like, holy fucking shit, how many of his own stunts did Paul Walker do in these other movies? Because you could tell that the stuntman wasn't able to recreate his movements very well.
Right, exactly.
So I was just like, I was kind of like, wow.
It's not the same stuntman.
What? He's his own stuntman for a lot of it, I bet.
Yeah, I think so.
I was really impressed by that.
Okay, so there's your movie. Questions?
You left out that Jason Statham
Oh, the
Bald guy number 3.
Bald guy number 3.
gets put into jail by Hobbs.
He's in
Bald guy number
the
2.
Joker loony bin.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm hoping we'll see him again.
I hope you break out so I can break your fucking finger off and shove it up your ass, you son of a bitch. Right. Well, I'll see you outside. And then Vin Diesel comes in and says,
It's all about family. This was for real. That's for real.
all right. Questions?
I don't have any. I just loved it.
Sam, you got any questions?
No, I think that the question was answered. Cars do fly.
Cars do fly.
They do.
I have one question. These 4 movies, Fast 4, Fast 5, Fast 6, Furious 7, whatever they're called, don't care. We know what they're about. Are these the best 4 in a row action movies that have ever existed?
I'm going to go with yes. They just keep getting like a little more ridiculous and a little more entertaining with each
I
one.
think this one's actually less ridiculous than the others, but fine.
I can say that they're close, but I feel like the Roger Moore James Bonds put together
James Bond's a good argument.
about 5 in a row that I really liked up before A View to a Kill, which is kind of goofy, but I still like A View to a Kill. But up to A View to a Kill, I thought the Roger Moore Bonds were just sort of solid delivery every time out, and they continued to do the same thing at their time.
It's not about
They
argument.
always made more money than the previous, and they always pleased audiences more.
Obviously not as successful as the Furious, but
I think per capita in its time
I don't
period.
think you got to say. Do you feel that they are? I mean, what are your? Do you compare? Can you compare them to the James Bond movies?
You know, the James Bond movies are good, and I do enjoy them, but they don't hold the same amount of excitement that the Fast movies have. I just feel like the Fast movies keep moving so quickly from one awesomeness to the next. And honestly, when I was
They're more
watching this
action-y.
movie, I wanted to stand up and clap a couple of times because
Yeah.
I was so excited, or I wanted to be like, hell yeah! But I tried to keep my mouth shut because I was in a public theater. But if I would have been at home, I would have been like jumping up and down. I mean, this movie was so like, oh, hell yeah. I mean, it just had so much about it that was just, it just keeps you on the edge of your seat. Whereas I feel like the James Bond ones, they're good, but they don't give me that same adrenaline excitement.
You have to pause and stop and stay on the same pace as the James Bond movies. You know, oh, this is what's going on. I understand the plot because otherwise you're not going to understand the finale, the final action sequence at all. It's just guys with lasers shooting at each other at that point. I'm with Jackie. I don't know if I like the Furious franchise better than James Bond, but I definitely think they're a better action franchise
Okay.
than anything has ever existed before.
I will meet you in the middle, and I will say that I think that James Bond, being a sustained franchise that builded upon itself, paved the way, and this is the natural evolution of that.
Could be.
Well, and
Absolutely.
I think that the James Bond ones are a little more intellectual. For the
Roger Moore James Bonds are a little goofy.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm with Justin. I think you have to kind of keep up with the storyline, whereas in the Fast movies, you don't. You know, who fucking cares
Who
if they're
fucking
out
cares?
of
Yeah,
order? I mean,
who
they're
fucking
awesome.
cares? You can go to anybody can go to these theaters, the theater, and go, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? When are we going to get to the next chase? Oh, it happens now,
Yeah.
5 seconds after the last chase.
And I, again, going back, I felt that way. If you watch the Roger Moores, especially the Spy Who Loved Me with the ocean fortress that rises up, it's a perfect example of like, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens, and we're out.
Sure. All right. We'll have to follow that up at some point and double dog there. That's a double dog dare to our audience.
Yes.
Well, either way, congratulations to the Universal franchise for making 4 great films in a row. I know it's all you got. That's really sad compared to the other studios, but keep rocking and rolling. Now, on to our final segment for this episode. In case you didn't know, Furious 7 was titled in Japan Wild Speed, Sky Mission. Quite the title. We're going to try to better that by retitling it on our own. I'm going to go ahead and go first. My first retitle of Wild Speed, Sky Mission. My first retitle of Wild Speed, Sky Mission is Fast Guys, Bald Man Battle 2. Jackie?
My first
Whoa.
Nice. Ayo.
My first one was Cars Can Fly.
Cars Can't Fly. Brian.
My first one holds Justin's original theme. Bald Man 3-Way, one with steel arm.
Oh, I like that. That's good. I got, You Fly, I Fly. Remember at the end. 'Cause you know, dumb.
Boo.
If you die,
Boo.
I die.
Boo.
You fly, I fly.
Boo.
Boo. Dysfunctional American Family does it again.
That's more the
brilliant.
Russian title. That's more the Russian title. We're pretty close.
Flying Car Action Team Destruction Force, Skeletor goes on holiday.
Auto Speeds, Jump and Tumble Exits.
Zoom, zoom, crash.
Simple, short.
Mine's even better. Shit.
Last but not least for me, or actually it's not last, Deep Voiced Baby Headman. That's Vin Diesel. I thought he looked like a baby headman.
No.
He's getting too old.
This is my last one. America Spies on Toretto.
Ooh.
Mine is not Japanese. It's my last one, but I think you'll all recognize this. Pardon me, but do you have any black lady?
God damn it. She was beautiful.
But of course.
She was gorgeous.
And then they passed the black lady from car to car like the Great Poupon.
Oh, so bad.
That is awful.
She's so pretty.
I know, but
beautiful.
it's a Grey Poupon joke waiting to happen.
Only at high speed.
Well, there you go. There's your show. Thanks for tuning in. And in the meantime, get to a flying car going from building to building. Oh, and enjoy your burrito.